So boom, this about to be a updated wig install coming at y'all on this fine Monday. And don't come for me for these with these braids I got in, y'all. I'm in the process of growing my hair back, so please leave me alone. And of course, I am going to put my hair oil in. It's called Flourish Anti-Itch and Growth Oil, y'all. Stay tuned. It's gonna be dropping very soon. I love this oil so much, and this is an oil that I actually handmade and handcrafted, and when I say it works, okay? I studied the ingredients for over 2 or 3 years, and yeah, I stand by it. After we get all that goodness massaged in, we're going to clean our scalp again just to kind of remove any excess oils. I put my cap on. No, this is not an HD cap. I ran out of them, but this one is going to do just fine because it's my skin color. So we're going to be pretty good. I don't have to do like the whole makeup ball cap thing. So we're cutting behind the ears. Of course, that is my number one tip when we are cutting our cap to fit around for our sideburns. So you want to cut behind your ear, not in front. Afterwards, we have our Got To Be glue here, and it's the spray, and you want to make sure that you get your hairline only because we don't want the cap sticking in places that it should not stick, okay? Because it's crazy trying to pull that cap back when you've oversprayed. And don't spray too much because it's going to take forever to dry. This is a very quick install. Literally took me like 20 minutes because I already pre-styled the hair and everything. So yeah, don't overspray. And here we are just drying it off, making sure that everything is nice and dry before we start cutting. If you start cutting before it's dry, your cap will roll. So make sure that it's fully dry before you start cutting. Now we're gonna cut around our hairline. Make sure that when you spray your Got To Be, make sure you're getting your hairline only because it just makes it easier when you're cutting your cap. You don't have to have a bunch of cap that you have to peel back. Just enough, and then also just make sure if it is sticking in other places, just kind of gently lift and then cut around your sideburns like I'm doing now. I don't cover my whole sideburn because I have long sideburns. So honestly, I just don't like a bunch of lace all the way down my face like that. So I really don't care about some of the glue getting on my sideburns because they're just sideburns. If I decide to cut them off later, it really doesn't matter to me. But I don't go all the way down because I have long sideburns. And you can feel free to cut your sideburns if you want. But me, it really doesn't matter. My lace holds perfectly fine if I don't. So yeah, that's just how I do it. Oh yeah, and also cut around your ear when you're cutting your cap off. It just makes it easier and it just makes the install cleaner so that you won't have any excess cap hanging out from behind your lace when it's behind your ear. After you cut the stocking cap off, clean your skin to get all of that excess residue off from the spray so that you can have a clean install and it will hold better. After we clean our scalp and remove the excess product, we're going to apply our lace glue. You can apply skin protectant. That's going to be even better. And this is the wig that we are going to install right here. She's so gorgeous. She looks so good. So I put about 2 to 3 layers of glue there, and I just waited until each layer dried clear before I applied the next layer. But 2 to 3 because I wanted this wig to kind of hold for about a week or 2. And depending on how you sweat or how oily your skin is, that also can affect how long your lace will hold. So always keep that in mind. And here I'm just laying it, fitting it, making sure that it fits well, and it does. So now we are going to press the lace into the glue using a fine tooth comb, and you just want to press it down. You don't want to scratch yourself, but you just want to press it real good where it sticks into the lace. And this part is very important. When you're cutting your lace, just like you cut around your ear with the stocking cap when you were removing it, you also want to cut around your ear as well when you're doing your sideburn and ear tabs. It just creates a better, more polished look because it just looks more natural when it's like that versus just having a straight cut straight across where some of your cap might show, some of your hair might show. But if you cut around your ear, you're leaving space for more lace to lay behind your ear, so it'll look natural when you're doing half up, half downs or ponytails and things like that. And to hide some of these grids, to just kind of make it look more scalp-like, and for it to the lace to blend with my skin color, I just use some concealer. That's my skin tone, and I just go down my parts with it just to create like a natural look. Because the lace that I have, it's not dark skin girl friendly, so I have to do a lot of like makeup touch-ups with this lace. Oh my goodness, y'all. But we made it happen though. And just in case you get a little foundation on your hair, you could just use some black spray or whatever kind of spray, whatever color your hair is. Just use that same color spray and use your comb so you can define the part, and boom, it comes out looking nice and straight. And see, y'all gonna see why I say this lace is not dark skin girl friendly. Because why is your lace so light skin like this? It's crazy. But that's okay. I just used my Ruby Kisses number 16 and my mousse spray from Fantasia to double melt it. And I went 2 shades darker than my normal skin tone so that the lace could blend with my skin, because the lace is so bright that if I use 2 shades darker, it's going to blend perfectly with my skin tone. And after that second melt and me toning the lace with that foundation, it blends right in perfectly. See, look, so nice. So effortless. It just, I love this wig. Oh my gosh. And also, am I the only one who hates when their sideburns stick down after that melt? Like, I don't know. I'm in my soft girl, fluffy edges, fluffy sideburn era, and I love it here. It's so nice, and I also do enjoy the no baby hairs look too. It just looks normal, natural, like it just looks easy, and it still comes out looking so perfect, so flawless. So I'm just gonna clean up a few of my flyaways. Some flyaways are okay because they're supposed to be like messy buns, but I just wanted to get rid of some of those just pesky flyaways because this wig is very flyaway-ish, but it still looks good though. I love the way the color turned out. I love the way that the crimps came out, very soft, very wavy. I didn't want them to be like crunchy crimps. I wanted them to be very soft, movable crimps. So yeah, I really love this look, and I love the way the color came out too. I might have to redo this wig too, just to show y'all how I got the color. And there y'all have it, a really, really seamless, smooth install that is guaranteed to last you up until about a week or 2, depending on how your skin is. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in this week for this episode of Chair Talk, and I will see you guys next week.